Are you finding it difficult to answer the question whether to invest or pay off your debt? Well, you're not alone. This is a common question to many people, yet it's difficult to answer. In general, the rule of thumb is that you should both pay debts and invest. But this is not always the case because every situation is different, and every person has different responsibilities and goals in their lives. In this video, we are going to explore key considerations to sort through, in order to help gauge whether you should focus on tackling your debt or investing. Welcome to Life Pointers. Number 1. What is your current interest rate on your debt? An interest rate on debt is the cost of borrowing money, and it's calculated as a percentage of the amount borrowed. Interest rate will help you know how high the cost of borrowing is. The primary thing that can truly impact your choice to pay off debt or invest is how high your interest rate is. If you have a low interest rate on your debt, this may be something to think about. Investing more instead of trying to pay off your debt as soon as possible. But for those who are carrying high interest debt, it often makes more sense to focus your financial efforts on simply wiping out the debt as quickly as possible, rather than trying to invest. Number 2. What is your overall debt amount? Debt is money borrowed by one party from another. It can be classified into 4 main categories: secured, unsecured, revolving, or mortgaged. Knowing the total amount you owe is the first step to making the right choice. It's very simple to figure out your total debt balance. You'll need to obtain a copy of your credit report, make a list of all of the active accounts on your credit report, and add up the total amount you owe on each loan. You need to consider if your total debt burden is so substantial that you're having trouble maintaining your household budget and staying current with all of your monthly debt payments. Carrying debt has consequences, especially if it's high interest or unmanageable. Missing payments on your loans and credit cards can be detrimental to your credit score and can make it difficult to borrow money in the future. Keeping a track of your finances and debts is very important because it helps you know what to prioritize on your budget. Number 3. What are your personal finance goals? Choosing whether you're going to pay off debt or invest can be a hard decision. However, simply realize that you're on a decent way anything that way you choose. You have the option to choose between paying off debt or investing, which will make sure you get closer to reaching your financial goals. If you're choosing one of the two or doing both, you're moving forward and making a positive impact on your financial future. While it is important to decide which you want to focus on, both options are good. If you are not sure about what is best in your situation, try to put half towards your debt and half towards your investments. Remember, personal finance is personal. What is great for you may not be great for someone else. Consider the options that you have, and decide what is best for you in your specific situation. Number 4. What is your retirement timeline? As a general rule of thumb, it's typically best to avoid bringing debt into retirement. Therefore, you'll want to consider your retirement horizon when considering how quickly you need to pay down debt relative to your investment efforts. When you retire while you are still in debt, this may affect your retirement life. That is why as early as now, you should probably be prioritizing how to reach that financial freedom and eventually retire early. If you think that you are still far from your financial goal, look for ways to earn extra income through side hustles and build your wealth. For many people, it is entirely possible to do both, invest and pay down debt. Additionally, that's the path most experts recommend so that you're prepared for retirement. Number 5. Have a budget. Creating a budget that works for you is very important, especially if you want to save more to reach your financial goals. In addition, you would be able to track your expenses and know where your money is going without feeling like you're missing out on the things you love. If your budget does not allow you to invest, you can hold off on investing and concentrate on paying off your creditors. Investments may be risky, especially if you live paycheck to paycheck. The general rule is not to invest the money you need within 5 to 10 years. Check your income to know if you have a leeway to make investments, because if you run a tight and strict budget plan, adding investments may not be beneficial for you in the long run. Last but not least, how eager are you to get rid of your debt? If you're not bothered by the debt at all and you're comfortable with having debt, that's okay. As long as your debt and spending won't get out of hand, it will be fine to invest. If you hate debt and want it to be gone entirely, paying off your debt quickly may be the way to go. There are people who get very stressed out by debt. When you're stressed out about having debt, this can impact your health, work, or relationships. If having debt makes you stressed out, putting as much as you can towards your debt will make your life much lighter. By paying off your debt, you will get more energy to focus on improving other parts of your financial life. This again is a personal decision. Paying your financial obligations is a responsibility you cannot run away from. Investing money is an important aspect you should consider to reach your ultimate goal of financial freedom. So for you to know to pay off debt or invest, you need to know first what you want in life and where you are in your life. Both options present their own pros and cons, and what is variable here is you. What do you want to achieve in your life, and what can you do to reach these goals? You cannot force yourself to invest if you cannot afford to, and you cannot pay off debt if you are not in the position to do so. So sit down and ask yourself this: what can I do with what I have now? Thanks for watching. If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe.